Well, hello to everyone out there. Once again, this is the Klueluess Collector. Today's video, hopefully it'll be short. I don't know how interesting it'll be. This is mainly for my learning purposes. The reason that I wanted to get on the website here, PSA website, is because I just got notification that my 6 Michael Jordan cards that I submitted for grading are expected to be delivered back today. Through FedEx, so I should be getting those soon. As soon as I do expect I haven't looked at any of the grades in my order, so I'm going to be surprised with the grades that I receive. But I wanted to kind of educate myself a little bit on what some of the grades that and what they mean when it comes to the PSA card grading. So I'll go through at least the top 5 grades or so. Talk a little bit about my expectations, which I don't expect too much, other than I know I did keep these cards in very good condition. So they are, and I would say the same condition as when they were first purchased. But I also understand there's more that goes in the grading than just being in perfect condition. As you can see here with the PSA 10, I'll just kind of walk through here. Again, this is kind of for my own educational purposes, but if you're watching this, maybe and you're watching and also planning on looking at the grades on the Jordan cards here in the next video, this might be a learning experience for you as well. So obviously we start here with the highest grade, the PSA 10, which is virtually the perfect card. So they're looking at sharp corners, it looks like, free of staining of any kind. I'm just kind of scrolling through here. I'm sure you can read this yourself, but I'm reading this as I go through. And then also looking at the centering. So that's really where I'm expecting that maybe all of my cards won't be 10s because printing at the time may have not been perfect and they may be out of center. But in slight corners that I wasn't aware of that they see. So we'll see. Come back, see my next video. But that's what I'm hoping is for some PSA 10s. I'll talk a little bit about maybe make some guesses and see how right I am. The next one here is the PSA 9, the mint condition, superb condition card that exhibits only one of the following minor flaws: slight wax stain on reverse, minor printing imperfection, or slightly off-centered white borders. They talk a little bit about the centering that they use. So that is the PSA 9. After that, we've got a PSA 8. It's a super high-end card that appears PSA 9 at first glance, but upon closer inspection, the card can exhibit the following: slight wax stain in reverse, slightest fraying at 1 or 2 corners, minor printing imperfection, and again, the off centering can also affect the grading. That's PSA 8. PSA 7 is a card with just a slight surface wear visible upon close inspection, slight fraying on some corners, picture focus may be slightly out of register, printing blemish is acceptable, slight wax staining, most of the original gloss is retained, and also centering. That's the PSA 7. PSA 6 may have visible surface wear or printing defects, which does not detract from the overall appeal. Very slight scratch may be detected. Corners have been slightly graduated fraying, so forth. PSA 6. So I'm probably going to stop at this. I may quickly go through the rest because I'm really hopeful. I'll be somewhat surprised if any of my cards are rated these specifically. If you look back at another video I made in some of my old Star Wars cards, I expected low grades because of the way that those were handled when I was a child, but these Jordan cards really were never handled. So PSA 6 would be a surprise. PSA 7 and up, who knows? We'll just go wait and see. This is the first time I've ever had anything graded by PSA. It goes from PSA to PSA 5, 4, 3. This talks a little bit. I can see here PSA 3, we're getting into things like creasing. PSA 2, chipping, several creases, considerable discoloration. So again, I don't expect to get this this low of any grades, but PSA 1.5 quarters show extreme wear. Surface shows advanced stages of wear. So yeah, what we're talking about here is really a card not in great condition. PSA 1 shows some of the same qualities as the PSA 1.5, but the defects may have advanced to such a serious stage that the eye appeal of the card has nearly vanished in its entirety. That's a poor card. What else do we have? Half-point cards that exhibit high-end qualities within each particular grade. Oh, okay. So I think what I'm reading here is okay. Yeah. So it looks like you can. Not only are there 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s, but there's also half points. So potentially some of these cards could be 8.5 or 9, 9.5. So good to know. No means PSA is only certifying that the item is genuine. So I guess no would be that this is not an authentic card. Anyway, I don't expect. I mean, I know all of these came out of packs. And altered authentic. This means that while PSA is certifying that the item is genuine due to the existence of alterations, the item cannot receive a numerical grade. Okay. Well, all that's really interesting. Now I'll talk a little bit about what I'm hoping for and what I kind of expect. Again, I've got 5 different cards, 1 duplicate, so I'll be revealing 6 grades in total. I'm going to say right now, I haven't thought about this too much, but if I get 2 10s, I'll be happy. Anything more than that, I'll be very happy. Everything else, I'm really hoping to have, based on the fact that I do know that they're in good quality, I'm hoping very much for 9s, 9s and above. I remember there might be one. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of wiggle room there and say 1, 8, or 8.5. I do think I remember one may have actually had some visible scratching in one of the corners, one card potentially. So here's my best guess based on no information other than what I just read and knowledge of kind of that I think that these were good cards. 1, 8 out of the 6 cards, I'll say, just to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, 1 somewhere in the 8s, 8, 8.5. The rest 9s, 9.5, and hopefully 2 10s. Anything more than 2, I'll be very, very happy. 2, I'll be happy. 1 I'll be happy as well. But let's just wait and see. Again, I do expect the cards are coming via FedEx. I got the notification today. So as soon as that's there, I'll get my helpers together and record another video and get that uploaded. So thanks again. And if you like this content, want to see more, feel free to comment on this video. Any hints you might have for collecting. I do have some thoughts on some other videos, but I guess we'll wait and see how that turns out. Once again, looking forward to sharing the grades that I do get on my first PSA grading for my 6 Michael Jordan cards. Thanks again.